Hi everyone. As you might imagine, we get quite a few questions for help on scripting formulas for scanning and backtesting. So we're happy to help, but we please ask that you post the queries on the forum. So you can go to help forums or forum.optuma.com. Go to the scripting section and you'll see all the topics that have been listed there. Now you can search for help, the magnifying glass in the top right, and search there. And please read Matthew's post there on which covers what we cannot do on the forum. If it's too complex, then we may have to arrange a consultation. But please go there first and see if you can find what you need. If not, please post. Now, we did get a query in the week from a client who was looking at new 21-day highs, and the numbers that he was getting were different from elsewhere, and he wanted to know why. So I got a copy of the formula that he was using, and I put it in this watch list for the ASX 200. So he was looking at close greater than highest high over the last 21 bars. Now, that was different from other sources where they look at closing price, the highest price, not the close of the day. So let me show you the difference. So I'm going to clone that column, right click clone, and then edit. Now the highest high by default will get the high price, not the closing price, but I'll get back to that in a little while. So if we change that to high greater than highest high, then you'll see we get different results. So AMP, for example, that's false true. AUB, and we can actually sum up all the true results. If we right click, go to the properties, show summary row, and in the grey bar at the top, right click in the column and change summary to sum. So true results get assigned a value of 1, false is 0, so it's adding up all the trues, so there's 60. And likewise, if we sum that column, there's 94. So that's obviously quite a significant difference. So let me show you an example. AUB, if we click on that and zoom in. So the first column is looking at the closing price, and that's a false for AUB because Friday's closing price was below Thursday's high. So that's obviously not a new high in that metric. But when we look at the high price, that is that does pass the test because it is higher than Thursday's or the previous 21-day high. So that's why those numbers are different. But we can actually compare closing prices as well. So if we right click again and clone the column, and then right click again, edit column, we can change this back to close, but instead of comparing the high price, we can compare the highest closing price. So I'm going to put the cursor just inside the brackets after highest high and type close. Now this also works for lowest low as well. So now what this is going to do is we'll get different results again for this column. So if I right click, I didn't update the sum, so let's change that to none and then tell it to count again. So there's now 98 on a closing basis. So AWC, for example, that's false, false, true. So let's have a look at that one. And that's probably because this is within 21 days. That is the highest high, but you can see the closing price there is above the closing price of that day. So that's why that's a true result on a closing basis. So that's just something you need to be aware of if you are looking at statistics like that, that you are comparing similar things. Now it's not just prices that highest high and lowest low works with. You can use it with any technical indicator. So let's add a new column here, new script column. So let's look at RSI, and I think let's change this to 14, is less than the lowest low of RSI in the brackets, and again we'll change that to 14. And then when we click on the lowest low text, we can change the look back from 8 bars to 21. So is the last RSI lower than the previous 21? We apply that and sort, and there's only 2. Let's make that so Tab Corp. So if we stick an RSI on there, you'll see that Tab Corp and Aristocrat, they have the lowest RSIs of the month. I hope that's been helpful. If you have any questions, let us know, and please don't forget about the forum. Thanks very much.